5:01. You can stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll move on to item C, public comments. We would open it up. There is nobody with us in person today for public comment.
Unless Captain should make a public comment.
So we don't have anybody with us virtually as well, so we will move right on to item D, which is minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the effective June 19, 2024 minutes? Motion. Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Move right on to correspondence received 6/18/2024 to 7/15/2024. We do not have anything included in our agenda packet, but I do always remind people to use the contact page on the landing page of our website to please ask any questions or any comments or thoughts, and we will certainly get an answer back to you as soon as possible. So we'll move right on to reports. I have nothing specific to share report tonight, so we'll move right on to town council liaison report. Sarah,
Right.
so we'll move on from there. Go right on to Board of Education liaison report.
Well, it's pretty slow in the summer. I mean, except for what's going on with
The Board of Ed.
it's pretty slow in the summer. But just in case people haven't heard, I thought I would take the opportunity to let you know that Scott Hurwitz, our Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations, has put in his resignation to take a position in Glastonbury, which is his hometown and where he came from when he started with Farmington. So that's effective August 16th. We very much missed from this group
We'll miss you, Scott.
throughout the district.
Likewise, everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions for Val? Scott will be with us till August 16th.
That's his resignation.
I'm assuming he's going to show up.
Yeah, I would hope.
We never see him again, especially for that.
I'll be there. I had to get the kids from camp today, so I'll be there. Thanks.
All right, we'll go right on to 1928 building committee liaison report, Chris.
Nothing, no report for me today, Meg.
All right. Architect report.
Okay, so TSPP has completed area B punch list and will be covering area C, area E offices, that's what the admin offices are, and area D second floor in the coming weeks. And today we issued the proposal request for the traffic signal changes at the Monty Route 4 intersection. And in later this week, we'll be also sending the PR for the greenhouse and shed changes too. That's coming. Okay. Any questions?
Any questions? Gotcha. All right, thank you. Go right on to CM report.
Thanks, Meg. Just a quick summary on the high school. We're going to show later in the meeting some drone footage from last week, and even from that footage to today. A lot of demolition has taken place, so where we used to meet no longer exists. It's now a slab on grade, and so that's progressing very well. Construction overall is about 90%, site work 80%, commissioning 40%. Punch listing with PSKP and Arcadis, final cleaning into area C and admin areas, and we're going to start moving in some year-round staff and custodial staff August 1st, end of July, August 1st time frame. Commissioning is taking place, testing and balancing, fire alarm testing is progressing. Main concourse pretty much wrapping up, started final cleaning on that today. Arcadis, the furniture deliveries have started this past Monday. and we're coordinating with Chris and Tom Beebe on, those deliveries. They're going along very well, and next week is gonna be a heavy week with, additional furniture coming in. Gym floor, bleachers are installed, the projection screens, were installed as well. So the gym floor is finished, and, there's, some minor, projection screens, equipment that need to be installed. Epoxy flooring, it's progressing well, finished in the locker rooms, kitchen equipment. I, already having conversations with the health department, having a preliminary walkthrough. So that's going to be towards the end of this week, early part of next week. Get the kitchen and also the culinary spaces turned over. Auditorium started, stage rigging started this week as well, and the auditorium seats are expected next week. North and south parking lots are paved in striped. We're building out the parent drop-off parking lot, and the 600 wing, which is part of the mass demolition. Our goal is to get a gravel lot here for the start of school to alleviate some of the parking that the school has. Monteith Drive will start on the library side of Monteith before the end of July. Regarding the supply chain issue, the temp generator was delivered and it's fully connected. We're still tracking the permanent generator for September, October timeframe. Area F, central office renovations of the old high school, town police departments did quite a bit of training, and it went well, and they requested additional training, so that went well, and that's done. Abatement work will be wrapping up next week, and then the mass demolition will continue into the back areas of the auto and wood shop. Eventually, currently they're in the cafeteria area. Tennis courts, the contracts have been issued, submittals are starting. TSKP will see those soon. And the drone shots, I'll let Devin show those. Interior drone shots were planned for mid-August. We'll get those over so that the school can use those for promotional and for the ribbon cutting ceremony, and also student orientation before they come to school. My update for now. If there's any questions.
Questions for Nelson? All good online? Thank you, Nelson. We'll bring it to Russ for project management contingency report.
Yes, we are doing well. We've had 10 change orders that we processed in the past couple of 3 weeks. Financially, we still stand pretty well. We're pluses and minuses are still keeping us at 4.7 at this point. We're waiting on the pricing for the greenhouse. General relocation. Features are coming, so those are the two. Final pricing on each drive change orders. Received from DOT that took a nice 5 months. That drew perspective comments on everything. Pretty much status quo. So I'll work with the change order. Questions was lost.
Nobody has the two contingency up in front of them, one for the high school and one for
So this one is CM.
CM owners, so not the central, what's that?
Yep.
So last week, sorry. So just so everybody's aware too, the third page. Or it's statements. Owners to allow central office. Any questions on that and contingency, anything outstanding? All right. address. We'll move on to owner directed management report, Chris.
As Nelson mentioned, continue to punch list. We punch listed areas A, B, C, 3/4 done D two, and 1/4 done D1. Should have those complete by the end of the week. And then tri-roll, we've also done the office area and the guidance office area. So all of those, other than D, has everything else has been turned over to LNG for their pursuit of completing those items. In terms of move, as Nelson mentioned, furniture has started this week. Had one vendor start, multiple truck loads come in. We have 3 vendors that'll be here on Friday. And then next week is going to be the heaviest week with all the trucks coming in from various vendors. So that's really exciting to start seeing that come in. Gearing up towards the completion and the closeout documents coming. I have all the logs ready to go, so we can just start checking it off. And central office, I'll be diving into that and gearing up on that next. For the progression of construction.
All right, communication subcommittee report. We actually just had a subcommittee meeting just prior to this meeting. The main topic of conversation is the ribbon cutting. So we did spend a lot of time on details. I think we've got flow, design, do we understand major components of the work, who's doing what, we've got some detailed stuff we're kind of tying up, but overall, we talked about communication of that, recommended registrations from the community. That is not something that we are requiring for attendance. It's just to give us an idea of how many people to expect from a parking perspective and for refreshments and things like that, and giving people an opportunity to let us know about any special accommodations they might need for the event. So we will continue the communication. That will show us a little bit about some of these in the website second. But overall, I think we're feeling very good about our progress for the ribbon cutting. And we should be all set and ready to go. So anything from the committee, anything else in addition to I think so. Okay. A couple other things we talked about. As some updates to the website, and one of the things we do want to share with you is this video that Nelson mentioned, this drone footage of work that's going on, and we just kind of want to play it over. Yeah, I mean, so obviously a resource for us all as well, just by also pretty fun to watch, is to see that progress is amazing. Seeing the resource sharing point people to engage as to progress. And if you just kind of scroll up there and show us how to get, well, I should go to the other place. So, go ahead.
We did make the ribbon cutting page live and the open house with the save the date and some information there. And then we are encouraging folks to register, so we have a better idea for traffic, planning for the traffic and refreshments, things like that. So if anyone is wondering, that page is just, it's linked on our homepage as well, down at the bottom here, ribbon cutting and open house registration. And it's also on our top banner up here.
So encourage people, we'd love to have as many people as we can in there. We'll try to get some responses to invites that we sent out to people for attendance. Our speakers, as guest speakers for the event, we're going to try to keep that to a minimum, obviously, but we did extend quite a few, so we shared your back from that, probably a week or so, and we'll be reading more to tighten up what the speaking agendas would look like. So overall, it's something that good.
I'm not the only one getting sand in the building with us.
Like that?
I know, but you know.
Little sad?
Yeah, even though the meeting, the music was upbeat, I think.
I almost cried actually. It's my social study, like the English class. Done. Yeah.
Well, that senior patio, watching that come down.
I know, for you, that, for you.
Come on,
Yeah.
and watch.
It's funny is that second, that was junior high school.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
That was in junior high. Back in the 40s.
A lot of history.
I have never heard that.
Fairview Drive coming up to the circle.
Interesting.
It's pretty neat, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Are we keeping the, parking lot underneath the S? Asheville?
We're keeping all at about 20 spaces. Where it connects to the library.
Yeah.
We're gonna basically square out the library parking, how we used to come on and the meetings.
Yeah.
Square it off to about the end of the garden by the library. That's gonna remain, that's where the conscience gonna be. And
Okay.
the library director, Jocelyn, we talked with her about having, bringing back the farmer's market, having that set up there once a week, and keep it out of the parking lot.
Okay, so we're gonna keep the, so like, when I was looking at this, I thought, that's, because that's the sledding hill,
Yeah.
right? So I know.
So a lot of the excess fill is gonna go in there, gonna change the slope, but it's gonna be more of a steady, gentle grade, coming down, it's gonna be a rough end.
Have you guys thought about the whole sledding?
Yes.
Better swim.
$1,000 fence.
I was gonna say that, it's so awesome, doesn't go into report, right?
First time you send your kid down that hill, it's like.
Maybe like, that's a little tough to be like 3 years old.
I took it down the block. Or down, stop on the sidewalk.
That's a fun hill.
That's a childhood moment. Yeah, I think you should mention too on there, if you go instead of just show really quick the site map. So you saw in drone footage a really nice view, but there's also that site map, so that's also a good place for us if you get questions. Kind of mentioned this last time as well. That I mentioned, who's doing some questions of how is this all fitting together? Since we have a couple iterations of this over time, this is what it looks like.
But you can see where the parking lot remains.
Yeah, it's restored. Well, that's what I was wondering, if it was gonna get restored, or it was, you guys were gonna keep
Yeah, no, we're gonna take, you see that little piece, it's almost parallel to the library.
That's the little part.
Right there.
it. Oh, that's good.
That's gonna be the only section to remain in the temporary park.
So we have to go back to the restored.
Correct.
Do you have to do anything with the surface to keep it or no? Just everything goes.
Basically just saw cut it and pull it off.
All right, any questions on that, on communications or? All right, financial subcommittee report, I don't think too much to report, other than obviously we're going to discuss the invoice packages that were reviewed by the finance subcommittee last Friday in preparation for the meeting. I don't think we talked about it at that meeting. So that was changing there. And it doesn't look like we have any updates on the financial report either for this month. So we will move right on to G new business. So as G1, I have a motion to the following invoice package for Farmington High School present. Motion. Second. We'll open this up for discussion. I think you're doing the honors to us.
This is the typical monthly fee for the Tyson family for their work during the month and that services for the work on minutes of all. All right, this is a application 24 for OMG for the monthly work completed to date. Also, you want to get a little description?
Yep. It was reviewed with PSKPM professional partners and reviewed at the sub-financial committee. We adjusted it down, not much this month, but roughly $30,000 to $40,000. So the approved amount is $3,381,98.82.
Any questions from anybody on this? Go.
Okay, the next bill is for independent material testing for the testing that they've done on the for the paving and the subways for the project. It's been reviewed by LG confirmed. Questions? Okay. All right, the next one is for my hours for the month of June. All right.
Any questions?
Okay. The next one is for Arcadis for their invoice for the month for the work that they've been doing. Move management, Chris for his project management, sidewalks and punch listing, lots of work going on.
Any questions? Set.
Next to our Vintage King Audio, for the FF&E technology equipment that they supplied to date. And this will be paid for off a purchase order that we created to the FF&E technology today.
Okay.
The next two are payments for Meyer, who was doing move management, locating all the furniture throughout the existing building. Again, off of the field that we're working from that was approved previously. Our systems, then we'll not POs, their second building. The first one was last month, also second building equipment.
Set.
SHI is invoice for the technology for the computers. We're going to be able to FF&E technology. Atlas Technical Consultants, this is our environmental consultant who's monitoring the demolition. Make sure that everything is following the specifications for the project. Next item is a PCO for credit for the camera. Remember we had PCO previously of adding 15 cameras, upgrading cameras, and this is for the difference for the one credit for the last camera that we wanted to purchase. I'll just go through all the questions.
All right, let's do that. Yeah.
Let's see, PCO 128 is for the ship's ladder guardrail. During a walkthrough, we found that the ship's ladder was really close to the existing rail up on the third floor to get to the roof. requested to have additional design, additional rail extended up over the roof, so we wouldn't have any access to the gate going up to the top of the ship's ladder. 132 is stair revision for the rail where it meets the fire gap. I could see it, but I couldn't tell you. The fire cabinets in the wall, the rail came had to be stepped down so the cabinet door could be accessed. DCO 133 is a mixing console. This is a not to exceed $24,937. This would to upgrade the actual big mixing board. And I'll be honest, I can't tell you what all those buttons are for on it. It's a big board that has everything to control the sound, volume, everything for the amphitheater and the black box. And not to exceed is to be, there's a fee for a restock. If we can't restock it, or if somebody can't purchase it, we can receive the device. If somebody won't purchase it, we're going to charge $6,000 to return. So that's what that's driving the cost of it. And it's basically go with an upgraded model mixer that'll tie into everything that we're purchasing for at that equipment. 135 is credit for the gym floor thickness. The specifications have a 33/32 floor thickness that you can't really get anymore. The standard is now 23/32. So this, at the time of the bid, it was 33/32. This is a credit to get us back because at the time they didn't say anything, couldn't beat that thickness of the floor. There's no differential in the floor itself. It's going to provide an active surface, and it's just credit for that differential. PCO 136 is for an electronic revision to the electronic gate that goes up to the upper field. And also there are two gates on the project, one at Ledgewood, Crestwood, where the emergency walkway is, one to get up to the upper field. And the gate at Crestwood is going to be a locked gate and only open as needed. Pedestrians can still get by it, pass through and around. The gate we changed, and the reason for the increased cost is to match the gate that we had on the census meeting. So that the police, fire, public works all has basically one garage door opener to open up the gate. So everything matches. We don't have multiple doors, multiple openers. It keeps everything a little more consistent throughout town. It also includes credit for the existing design gate as well. PCO 138 is the walk-in cooler floor finish. Have been discussed quite a bit. If I remember right, I was looking at it. It's a CM contingency items. When I applied, there was a bid. It was in the bid, but not applied to a trade contractor. So it's going to come out of CM contingency. Over here. One 139, the studio changes. This is to provide the last piece of power data to the AV panel. And the Edge Studio was part of the last bit. Remember the Edge Studio, we had a change order a 3 months ago on that. The redesign of the wall relocation. This should be a final change order for that work. And PCO FF&E change order number 2 is for the coffee kiosk graphics. Basically, it's to keep the lettering described that goes on the coffee kiosk itself. That there is an ambiguity between who was responsible for what and specification. And understanding that the supplier really could have gone either way. That's why they have $1,000 credit in the item. This is basically for the graphics of the coffee kiosk. It's Michael Scott in our discussion pointed out. The reason for the ambiguity, Farmington High School really have a coffee kiosk. So
used to doing that, but we did get the state to participate in the reimbursement of this. By and large, it's a win nice feature for that program.
exactly.
So where is this for?
The coffee kiosk. It's going to be in Scott Burger's office.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Brian.
That's the difference. Yeah, that's good.
Part of the adult education. piece, life skill. piece.
Yes, yes.
Education.
The board was actually served, but it's a continuation of, they have it now, right? It'll be putting them right.
Even better.
Yeah.
And with graphic.
Great, now I know. See how that's.
Anything from, if there's any questions,
Any questions on anything?
anybody online, have any questions?
Any more detail that you need? Good. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. So we'll move right on to item G2. So can I motion to approve the following invoice package for central office as presented? Motion?
Second.
We'll open this up for discussion.
This is the monthly invoice from Tyser County for the central office portion of the project. That's their standard monthly.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. All right, we just have one very quick piece of business in items of other business, so each one of you should have at your chairs a piece of paper that has a whole bunch of names on it. And this is a representation of the plaque that will go inside of the high school. And we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to review this for how your name is represented on the plaque, if spelling is concerned, or if you want to add a middle initial, or you want a different version of your name, or just make sure that how your name is presented on this plaque is correct and spelled correctly. So we will soon, yes, unless you tell us otherwise, and move forward. I think we have a couple of questions, or at least let me talk a little bit more about the fact that this plaque, just so you know, as far as the format and how it's presented here, is modeled after the Westwoods, the plaque that we put in Westwood School. So if you see it, that's why it's formatted in this way. If you notice, there's been a lot of changes between committees and people have moved all over the place, which is a wonderful thing. We've had a lot of coverage and people who wanted to stay with this project for many years. So this is for participation from 2019 forward. That's when this building committee was established. And how this is represented is if you have an asterisk by your name, then you were also part of the building committee as well. We just didn't want to duplicate too many places across the plaque, and I'm representing this for us. So just be aware of that. That's why you see, otherwise we would have had, I don't even know, additional names. Yeah, exactly. It's just starting to repeat names. So we ask that, again, take a look, just make sure everything is correct and clear and exactly how you want to represent it. If we don't hear anything, we'll assume that there are no corrections to your name required.
And for the folks online, I'll send you an email with the document so you can take a look.
Thank you.
Is that covered? All right. Any other last questions, thoughts? Remember, we do have another meeting right now. We do have 2 meetings scheduled in the month of August. So we still have our 2 meetings out there. If you notice, we didn't add that first meeting to this agenda for cancellation just on the off chance as we get closer to this thing finishing up, and we may need something. So keep in mind, I think it's the 7th is a meeting, and then we have another one later in the month, obviously prior to the ribbon cutting, but so we'll have more time to figure out details of additional communication there as well. Any last thoughts, concerns, anybody wants to share? No, we want to get out before it starts to pour. I think $1. All right, then I motion to adjourn, please. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
You'll adjourn at 5:36.